Yeah. 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 I'm supposed to be working right now. I'm supposed to be working right now. But I'm not working. I'm doing nothing. My dick I'm jerking. Myself I'm sucking. I am an asshole. I am a stupid. I've got a deadline. Don't wanna do it. What the hell is wrong with me?
Hi, I'm Digi Bro. Nate wanted me to edit this video because he's trying to edit his video. And he doesn't want to procrastinate his video by editing the Crastinators podcast about procrastination. So I put it off for a day and a half to play Bloodborne. Now I'm trying to finish it up. But I'm just gonna let Jesse's song do all the work for me.
Yeah. It's quite the burden. It's a hard knock life being a genius.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Crastinators podcast. I'm Digi Bro, and I am supposed to be working right now, but I'm not doing shit. What are you guys doing? Who are you?
I'm Guy. I'm the best guy ever. You know, it's come to my attention recently that I've been putting a lot of work into these podcasts, eating up like all my weekend time. So I've been literally, the Procrastinator podcast has been causing me to procrastinate from my best anime ever vids and all kinds of shit. So how's that for a
likely
meta
excuse?
Shit? Yeah,
Hypocrite, what's going on with you?
That's me. I'm Hypocrite, and here I am. I'm doing...
What are you supposed to be doing right now?
Supposed to? I'm supposed to be relaxing after a hard day's work, but I didn't do the hard day's work yet.
Isn't that the worst? When it's like the whole day has gone by, and it's like, I don't know, like 9 o'clock at night, and you're like, shit, I kept pushing shit back, and now it's 9, and like I'm supposed to be done, and I still have everything I was supposed to do today. Man, I need to make an appointment to get my oil changed in my fucking car, and I haven't done it for like 4 weeks now. So it's not even like.
I guess I can't ask this question. You guys both have, you guys both take a lot of work on your videos, yeah?
Yeah.
Like your content takes.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I
considerable...
just work really slowly in the writing phase, but yeah.
Right.
Sure.
I mean, but both of you guys are pretty infrequent uploaders, so that time is really felt strongly. You know, I feel like guys who must have it good in terms of like feeling like they're working all the time. There's got to be guys like YMS where it's like it takes them an insane amount of effort to put out their video, but they still get out one a month. So
that's the dream.
It feels like the amount of work and the amount of time it takes are like very equivalent, and I bet he feels pretty fulfilled that way.
Yeah, and I bet he's really fucking busy. I believe him when he talks about how hard he works and how he's fucking grinding away all the time.
At the same time, me and Devu have talked about how like we think that YMS possibly like he just, the way he schedules his work or the way he does it is probably takes longer than it needs to.
Yeah.
Like, he seems like his process is overly complicated, and that's part of why it takes so long.
He has to do his research, it takes him a while to find all that shit. And a lot of it results in good things. I mean, sometimes he goes too far, like with the Synecdoche thing that he admitted was bullshit, but, it's a rarity.
YMS is what I say when I go to the doctor and they tell me I have multiple sclerosis.
YMS, more like, what a mess, am I right? Oh, zing.
Oh, damn. Yeah, it's weird for me because my videos take very little time to make.
I envy that so much.
And the thing is that everyone thinks I'm really prolific, but I could be doing so much more that I always feel like I'm sitting, like, the amount of videos I put out, people always leave comments like, oh, this must have taken so much work, and it's like,
like the evil ones or something.
I mean, you're talking about editing stuff. Like, you're pretty quick at like writing a whole thing down and then recording it.
Right, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, well, it's that you know, I just have a lot of general knowledge about things, so it doesn't take me a long time to research, you know,
Right.
and I know exactly where to research when I do. So there are times when I spend more time on it when I'll like go out and try to find interviews and stuff, but like with anime, there's not a lot of that in existence. Like with YMS, I imagine he has to go through like, you know, hours of behind the scenes documentaries. He probably watches all these like event like with the After Earth video. I was like, where did you find all this shit?
Yeah, I know,
you know?
It's crazy.
He's got like all these TV interviews with Will Smith and shit, and I'm like, with anime, you've got like the one translated interview that exists on the internet. You know, anything that comes out goes through ANN, so it takes 5 minutes to find it all.
Yeah, you know, I'm experiencing this now, making a video about a game currently. But like the reason that I focused on anime, well, I mean, I think I generally have more of a like historic attachment to anime. I don't know, I've got strong feelings for anime, but my point is, like when I was thinking about how to make the channel, I was deciding should I focus more on anime or more on video games. And like my main reason, the thing that pushed it over the top was definitely like, I do not want to have to fucking play a game and get footage and record it and like download it. I'm like, if I can just torrent a show, that's like a million times easier, way better. And right now, like I just had to replay to get the exact footage I need this game like several times. It's taken hours, so it's like, you know.
Yeah, that's exactly what I like why I don't want to do more game videos, because it just takes so long. Not just because games
imagine
are longer.
You're making a Bloodborne video. In that game, if you make a mistake, you have to play the whole game again. It's like, Jesus Christ.
And well, the thing is, like, for me, I prefer, and I wish more game videos would be this anyways, and we kind of talked about this in the reviewer rules video, that, like, I want to see more game videos that are just about specific aspects of a game.
Sure.
And I think you could get like, I want to be able to play a 20-hour game once and get all the footage and then make 3 videos out of it instead of making one, and then it would feel a lot more justified and a lot less like with the Dark Souls and Bloodborne video I just put out. Like it was about like very specific things, and it was very general, so for a lot of it I just used whatever, and I took like 45 minutes of my own Bloodborne footage just of showing off all the weapons, because I just wanted you to have like a sense of how they all worked, and getting like a few of the mechanics that I needed. And then other than that, all of the footage was either from the Let's Plays that we did of Dark Souls and Bloodborne, or just like cutscene videos, because every cutscene in the game is online, you know, so I would just search all the cutscenes or pull other people's playthroughs, because those are games that people have a lot of Let's Plays of and stuff like that. So yeah, just sort of cobbling together whatever footage I can find. But certainly if I was doing like a comprehensive analysis of Bloodborne, I would have to either play through it 5 fucking times and have, you know, probably over 100 hours of footage to sort through.
Like at the very least, if you want like the 3 endings, that's 3 playthroughs right there. And you can't go back. There's no going back.
The whole recording a lot of gameplay footage is the entire reason why GRPG exists on my channel.
Right. Because you have it.
Well, I mean, I don't want to record a whole JRPG because they're like the longest games ever for a review.
Oh, you meant because you don't have the footage, because that's the show where you don't show anything. It's just like
I don't show any footage. It's an excuse.
Oh, right. Okay, I see.
And then,
for
other things, I would just play the whole game, and since they're not usually too long, it would be like, I don't know.
I do think a lot of people are being like, because I know that, and Nate, I know you're the kind of guy who you really want every video to be like your perfect vision and to be like a perfect video.
True, but that doesn't mean it's an all-encompassing thing. It's
I think it's overboard with a lot of people, because I think we've gotten to a point where YouTube videos, like, they have to impress you, but they don't have to be perfect anymore.
Right.
I think there was a time where if you wanted someone to sit down for 20 minutes, then you had to, like, be sequelitis and really blow their mind with, like, animation and stuff.
Yeah.
But, like, Noah Caldwell-Gervais, that dude does, like, 45-minute videos with no editing in his audio, and the video is, like, you can tell that he'll just, like, turn on a game, play it for like 45 minutes, and then just slap the footage he has in there. You know, like, it very rarely matches up to what he's saying, which as a result, for me, I don't usually watch the video, and therefore I usually completely lose track of what he's saying, because it's so unedited that I just can't possibly give a fuck.
So what we're saying really is, like, if you wanna get your own obstacles out of your way if you're going to do something like this. Like my approach is obviously the wrong one, the wrong one for making YouTube footage, for making YouTube videos.
Well, I don't know that it's the wrong one. It's just that I'm just saying that like these days you can do less and get away with it, depending on like, I mean. Ultimately, what you're doing, the reason you're doing your videos that way is not to do it smart. It's because it's what you want to do.
That's right. I got a job and I work at it so that
know?
I can make the videos that I want to make.
Because if you just wanted this to be a business decision, then you would just fucking make 5 minute
I'd make fucking Digi Bro videos, you know?
Right.
Nobody wants to do that, but...
Well, that's the funny thing, because in the month of January, like... You know, I finished writing and doing all the audio for my Asterisk War series, and they're all being edited by the DIIIIIEEEEEE.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, in January, it was kind of like he could, like, all I had to do was let him make videos for me, and I was going to make enough money off of those. It was like, as long as he made 3 videos, I'd make enough, and I knew he would do that, even though I have to pay him, but, like, you know, I made a decent amount through ad revenue, and, like, I should be doing a lot more, because I should be trying to have, like, a buffer of money. Like, I should be trying to make enough money that I can save some, or, you know... think about my future and put some money into my future, but I was just like, I can skate by letting DIIIIIEEEEE edit 3 videos for me, and I can do, like, I put out some stuff that was all, like, non-patron videos, you know, stuff that, like, wasn't deep enough for me to patron it, because I'm very particular. I'll only patron something if I think it's, like, up to snuff. But, so then this month it was like, all right, I got to get back in the game. I got to actually make one of my own videos. And I wrote that Dark Souls and Bloodborne one, and I was so scared of editing it. I was like, oh, it's going to be a nightmare. The video's like 12 minutes long, you know, and the editing took like maybe 4 hours.
Oh, that's a dream.
But like, there was so much more of me putting it off because I thought it was going to be so much worse than it was. Where you know, I was like, oh, I can't possibly, I'm going to need beer. And I drank like half a beer and then did the whole first half of the video in one sitting, and I was like, oh, that wasn't so bad.
Yeah. Like when I made that
a lot of it's
Fantasy...
just
go ahead,
just starting is the hardest part.
That's
psyching yourself
true.
up.
It's definitely true.
Well, it's a lot worse when you don't know exactly what the footage is going to be, or like what you're going to have to put in there. Because when you know exactly what it's going to be, because me and DIIIIIEEEEE have both taken up this method where we download everything we need before we start, and then it's helpful in 2 ways. Firstly, that you can just plug everything in very easily, and secondly, that it's incentivized for you to finish the video faster because you need to get all these fucking files off your computer.
Right.
So like with, for instance, the Hideki Anno video, where there was like footage from everything he ever worked on. So I downloaded like every single thing he'd ever done, and I knew exactly which clips I wanted for which part. So editing that didn't take very long in spite of how long the video was, because I had all the clips right there. And I needed them off my computer.
That is a very wise way of doing things. I usually find myself downloading materials like that, but I pretty much always just try to get what I know, like the base thing I'll need, like game footage or like the whole show or whatever or whatever that's going to be, and then just the way that I do shit, I end up editing in a lot of extra shit. So I have to go through all that whole process of downloading.
That's what I used to do, but like. Because it used to be that I'd get to a point in the video where it's like, okay, well, nothing in the show really reflects this, so now I got to go find something else. So now when I first start, I'm like, all right, this line in the dialogue I know is not in the show. Let's go find a clip before we start editing, because it really takes you out of the groove of editing when you're like putting shit together and then suddenly you hit a roadblock and you don't have the footage and you have to go find it somewhere, and it's like you completely stop what you're doing to make something else.
Man, it's just I do that. My whole editing process is just a continuous series of that.
Yeah,
so,
that's what it used to be for me, and I'm glad that me and DIIIIEEEEE sort of changed gears a bit, and like now the only stuff that he really has to like, because he puts together a document for all these Asterisk War videos where he'll like write down everything he'll need for each line, and then me and him go through it and like find all the shit. So like if there's a bunch of shows that because there's a lot of, I make references to lots of things that he doesn't know because he's not an anime fan, you know, like, or not a long time anime fan anyway.
I've been wondering how he dealt with that.
Well, in the early days, because like a lot of the older videos he did for me, it was interesting because he would use stuff that I'd never even seen before. Like in the one where I explained what is anime and what isn't, like he brings in all these like Tezuka clips from shows I'd never heard of because he was doing his own research. Like I would write the video and then he would have to go research the video and learn it all for himself, you know, and it had some interesting results. But for these Asterisk War ones, when there's parts where I'm like, you know, I'll say something like, in other generic anime of this type, you know, and then he has to ask me, okay, what are other generic anime of this type? And I'll give him a list of like 5 shows, and he'll go download clips from those
I'll
shows.
come to you sometimes and be like, Digi, I need like a super robot moment. Like, what can I use? I did that a couple times for the Gurren Lagann one.
Yeah, for the Get a Robo clips.
And the G Gundam, which was actually one of my favorite moments in that whole thing. That man, the fucking King of Hearts. Holy shit, that was like the coolest thing that ever happened.
That was amazing, yeah.
I need to watch that show, only I don't want to sink fucking, like 24 hours of my life into watching that show. It's fucking long. It's like 50 episodes,
so 16 and a half hours, probably. Jesus 17
Christ.
hours.
That's a long-ass show for...
You can skip a lot of it. Like, there's a lot of episodes that if you can tell early on that it's not going to be, like... Because there's a lot of just stupid one-off
Hey, this
episodes.
is a good example of something that incentivizes procrastination, because I'm the kind of guy who is really uncomfortable with skipping anything in a show when I'm going to watch it. And as a result, I keep being like, I'll do it later. I'll get to that thing. I wish that I'd seen G Gundam by now, but I haven't, because I've got this obsession where I'm like, I have to watch it all. It's 50 episodes. It's a long-ass time.
I mean, for me, it's all
about...
about measuring, like, how much do I give a fuck, and how much am I going to miss out on?
Yeah,
because you know, unlike you, I spoil myself for a lot of stuff, and a big part of that, like, you know, I make it sound sometimes like I just go out of my way to spoil myself, but it's more like I hang out in the community for long enough, and you're gonna get spoiled for everything. Like, there's not a gamer alive who doesn't know about Eris dying in Final Fantasy VII because it was spoiled like a week after the game came out in a magazine. Right, so if you even read gaming magazines, you know.
A bunch of cocknobs who would do that. Fuck them.
Right. And it became like a really infamous spoiler that everyone knew it. Right. So like no one's going into that game not knowing that. And like there's a lot of stuff that I just glimpse on TV because I grew up G Gundam was on Cartoon Network when I was like 13. Tsunami, yeah, so like I'd seen a bunch of it. I got the point, you know. And so when me and my friend finally like marathoned the whole show, then there was a lot of episodes where we'd be like, "Oh, this is an episode about Neo Mexico, which is never going to be relevant again. Yeah, let's skip that, you know." Because a lot of them are like
racist, dog. That's racist.
Well, a lot of them are like really corny sob stories. You know, it'll be like, oh, Neo Mexico's sister was captured by the cartel, and he has to fight, and then it gets all emotional. Oh my God, Jesse Wood joins us.
Wow, that's really funny.
I'm here.
Oh, hey, what's up, dude?
All right, Jesse. Now we got to sync our audio with Jesse Wood. Okay. All right. On the count of 3, say procrastination. 1, 2, 3. Procrastination.
That sounded terrible.
It sounded...
Jesse, what have you been procrastinating on joining the podcast by doing?
I want to die.
You can't escape the dream through death.
Is that an answer? No, I guess
that's
not.
an answer.
Are you saying you're procrastinating on dying?
Yeah, just do it already, faggot.
Procrastinating on life because I'm dead inside.
I do like the idea of, like, you know, I've been wanting to kill myself for years, but it's just so much effort to load the shotgun.
That's like well, that's not quite exactly the reason that guys like Sato and NHK don't do it. But at times they're like, man, I just want to die, but like, oh, it's such a fucking bother. Right. I don't want to go through all that shit. That's a different sort of thing, I guess, though.
Yeah.
Man, let me tell you guys, I have been the least motivated to do anything that I've been in years. It's been swell. Really? And by swell, I mean it's been hell.
Yeah.
Hell in a
I've
swell.
been pretty unmotivated myself. Well, you know, I was telling that story earlier. Jesse wasn't here, but I was talking about how in January, like, Devu had all my work covered, so all I did was play. Like, it was kind of cool because I finally got around to playing all the Souls games just because I didn't feel like I had to do anything, and I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do this. It wasn't even like I thought I was just gonna play Bloodborne, and then play The Witcher 3, because I had like those are the two games that I really wanted to play, and then I got so hooked on Bloodborne that I was like, I have to finally do Dark Souls, and then after I did Dark Souls, I was like, I have to finally do Demon Souls, and then
you got to Dark Souls 2, and you're like, I do not have to play Dark Souls 2.
That's exactly what happened. I'm still struggling with it. I kind of want to try to play the PS3 version and see if it's less frustrating than Scholar of the First Sin, but I suspect
I'd
it's
have
not.
thought they'd have made it better, because like it was already pretty shit in the original version.
Yeah, well, they tightened up a lot of things, but they
I don't
also
wanna talk
added
about
a lot
Dark
of
Souls
enemies.
too. It's stupid.
It is stupid.
Yeah,
that's
all right.
Dark
true.
Souls
I do
2
wanna-
is a
What I
million
wanna talk
times
about-
better game than Bloodborne, which is a piece of shit.
Oh, my,
Oh,
how
no.
can you even
Worst
say that
game
shit? How
I've
can you
ever
say
played
that?
in my life.
Jesse is an advocate of he's a staunch.
It'll be
Dark
okay.
Souls
Jesse
2
will
defender
beat
for some
Bloodborne
reason.
one day, and he'll
Fucking
like it.
suck. You know what? I don't even
Jesse
wanna,
Wood,
I don't even want to argue.
Demon
You're
Souls
right. It's
video
the best
where you
game
were
ever.
singing about how fucking hard it was and how much you loved it raping you in your face constantly. Who are you? What happened to that handsome
Nate,
young man? Who
shut
is this
up.
guy?
No,
Shut
but no,
up.
Jesse did make a good point earlier when because I knew the answer to that when I said we were arguing earlier for the people listening to the podcast, and I said like what happened to the guy who sang the song about liking games that are hard in the Demon Souls video, and I know exactly what happened to him. He got older and doesn't have time for shit anymore, and isn't into doing that. Which is the same for me. That's why, like I've always said that I don't think any game is hard if it's a good game, because the only thing that makes a game hard is that you have to learn how to play it and do the same thing until you know what to do, and
Sure.
like the hard thing is just having the patience for it and wanting it, you know. Like I guess there's some games that are probably like just so like hard in terms of dexterity that like you know, like if it's a certain kind of platformer game where you just have to be able to move your hands fast enough, like I don't, or
DDR
not even
is hard for
platformer.
really fat people.
Yeah,
you know?
like I'm completely uncoordinated, so DDR is really difficult. I mean, I guess I could eventually learn it, but I don't know if I'd ever be able to move my legs that fast without like literally beefing up myself and getting strong for the sake of DDR, which again would make it easy. It's just a matter of what you're willing to put yourself through, you know? Like
I no longer have the patience for anything. I hate exerting any effort whatsoever for anything. I hate doing anything or having to do anything. I can't stand learning new things. It's like poison to me, the concept of that I might have to learn something new or like read a set of instructions or work my way around some...
I just for this very podcast, I had to go figure out how to make like audio to keyframe transitions and animate that thing, and then I taught Gib.
I don't even know what that
I
is.
taught Davu, or I showed them the shit. Look at us, Jesse. We're all learning things. You gotta get out there and mix it up.
With Bloodborne, though, like, because I was in the same... I didn't play Bloodborne for all that time because I thought it was too hard, and I just... Like, I played it when it first came out, and the loading screens were really, really bad.
Yeah,
and
I lived that
so
life.
Every time I died, I was just like, I don't want to play this anymore. You know, the loading screens are way too fucking long. And then... the reason I ended up playing it was just that I learned everything about it from watching Victor play and watching other people play, and I was like, well... What I came to realize is that game is so much fun just to play that I didn't even care if I made it like anywhere. Like I figured that I could just play the early, like every level over and over again, and it would always be fun because the combat is fun. So that's kind of what I did. I just played through the first area until I was so overpowered that there was nothing that they could do to me, and then I went to the next area and I played that until I was so overpowered that there was nothing they could do to me. And then by that point I was so overpowered that the entire game was easy. So like, you know, I never had to fight a boss more than like 3 or 4 times at the absolute most, and just kind of steamrolled the whole game.
There was a guy in a... no, go ahead. Go ahead, Gib.
Well, what I was trying to talk about like ages ago is, conversely to all of you, who are all feeling very unmotivated, I have recently
I'm not feeling unmotivated.
But you said you were. You said you were like unmotivated for stuff.
I never said that shit. They were saying it. I never
Okay,
heard
whatever.
that.
Jesse, I think.
Anyway.
Well, whatever, Hippo. What were you saying?
yeah.
I have become much more motivated to do stuff, like progress in some sort of work every day, much more recently than I have ever in my whole life. I've been going into to do like I've got I'm at university and I'm doing an animation for my final film. For my final year. and I've been going in every day to the library to work on it from, I don't know, like 12 to 6, and then coming back and then playing games, and it's been
that's
cool.
the dream.
You know, Hippo, I remember a few years ago when you were always talking about how unmotivated you are and a lot of the problems you had, and I kept saying, you're gonna turn 22 or 23 and then you're just gonna suddenly be motivated.
Yeah.
And
I am 22 now, so...
Yeah, because I remember like having this conversation, because I felt the same
then
way.
you'll turn 26 and you'll never be motivated
Right.
again.
It's just like, well, because when you're, up until your early 20s, your brain is just like not finished developing yet. And for me, like when I was a teenager and in my, like when I was like 20 and 21, I just had no desire to do anything. And then it just kind of like clicked. And then I was like, oh, now I want to do stuff all the time. Like now I don't ever want to not be doing something.
Well, it's
And,
not that I love doing. I mean, I do love doing stuff, but it's
Right.
always been difficult to get into that groove,
the
that
mindset.
mode.
Yeah,
So
it's weird.
I've just been figuring out how to force myself into that mindset.
Getting
and-
into a pattern like that is the best thing. The most productive time of my entire life by far was when me and my brother were doing T-BAP episodes every Saturday morning. We would crank those motherfuckers out, and it was we were highly motivated. We were fucking achieving our dreams. It was awesome. It was the best.
As unmotivated as Jesse is, he is still producing a lot of content, like, without even trying to.
Yeah,
like,
I
it's
should rephrase
innate.
it. It's not that I'm unmotivated. It's that I'm sick and tired of being motivated. And I wish I could be unmotivated,
Yeah,
but
it's
I
pretty
can't.
played out.
It's like an addiction. Creativity is a serious addiction for me. I can't stop it.
Yeah,
and
that's kind of how I felt when I played all the Souls games, because like it was like I had to physically rip myself away from that obsession with like I have to be making something, you know.
And it just it just gets me. And it gets to a point where I just realize it's like it's too much effort that I'm like. It's too much effort to organize my thoughts, because my thoughts are just like a swirling ball of chaos. It takes effort to organize it into like concise little videos and shit. And and I realize like it gets to the point where I'll never be able to make videos as fast as I can write videos. So no matter what I do, I'll always have a backlog of like 50,000 fucking ideas that I want to do. So eventually, I just gotta say, someone come here and kill me. Come to my house and put a gun in my asshole and pull the trigger. So that my
I mean, if that really is an issue, you should consider getting an editor or something. I don't know how that would work.
I mean,
but, you know,
for me, like all the time that for all the time you see videos coming out on my channel, all the time I'm not making them is me obsessing over what I should be making. Like every time I finish a video, my immediate thought is, okay, what's the next one?
Right.
And then and then it's just this long period of figuring out what the next one, because I have a lot of
there's no celebration when you post a video.
Yeah, no.
There's not.
There's-
It's right.
there's
there's
a
a
window
little
of
bit.
like a couple hours afterward where you're at peace.
There's a window
That's
where
what I live for
me it's as long as the comments last. That's like, because basically comments typically last about 2 days before you stop getting new ones, or they slow down considerably. And like there's that initial point when you post a video and then you get like a couple hundred comments. At least for me, I do, because I get a lot of comments on my videos. And like that early period where I'm just reading all the new comments as they come in and responding to them really actively, that's like the big come period where it's just like, okay, I have finished this thing, it's done, now I get to enjoy it. And then it's immediately
my sense of peace
when's the
only
next one.
lasts until I see the first comment.
That's a window we can believe in.
Well, I have to, most of my comments are positive. So for me, it's always like, because by the time I'm done with the video, I've always like totally lost faith in it, because I've now heard it 20 times and like I'm questioning it already. So like with the Dark Souls and Bloodborne one, like by the time I guess another way to put it is that I become so familiar with the idea that it doesn't seem like a revelation to me. It seems like something I've known forever.
All the time. All the time.
So like I put it out and I'm like, what the fuck? Like everyone knows this clearly. And then it's not until people start commenting and they're like, wow, you really opened my eyes. I never thought about this. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like,
yeah,
it was just
a relieving
me.
thing to say.
Right.
I legit thought both Gurren Lagann videos were complete garbage when I released them. I was like, my friends are just gonna make fun of me. Like, what was I thinking releasing this piece of absolute trash?
No, they were great.
It came out okay though. It came out okay.
Yeah.
But like I you know, I don't feel like I'm the arbiter of if my videos are even good. I guess nobody is.
Yeah. I mean, we all kind of feel like that. I feel like that every time
Yeah.
I make a video. It's
that's why I
just
never
one
do
of
it.
those. It's one of those things. You gotta have people reassure you that it's actually cool because
Yeah,
they haven't
I-
seen
Yeah.
it yet.
You gotta gaze into the void and then hope it
I mean,
gazes back favorably.
You've been
I
spoiled for
definitely-
your own content.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
I
definitely
think
have a lot
am-
of-
I am the arbiter of whether or not my content
Right.
is good, because who the fuck is gonna know whether or not I achieved my goals better
That's
than
true.
me?
It's not like I trust anyone else's judgment over myself, but I just
mean,
don't trust my
like-
judgment
like-
either when
like-
it's being released.
Whose opinion am I gonna take on my videos? My commenters? My commenters are
Well, of
fucking
course not.
scum. They're idiots. They're morons.
Yeah.
I hate
Well,
them all. I don't respect them
I
as
sort of
people.
I have two different types of videos. I have the ones that I know are good because I like, and I have the ones that I'm okay with because everyone else likes them. Where like all of my really long videos, I deeply love, and I don't care what anyone else thinks. Like, you know, my Psychopaths videos never got a whole lot of attention, but I thought they were like the best things I'd ever written, and I still think they're better than anybody else's content. You know, like
Yeah,
because Yeah, I make no qualms about judging my own stuff against everybody else's. I wouldn't do that in a video because it would look incredibly arrogant, you know. But like,
Well, this
I've
is a
made
video
plenty of
right now.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, not this.
It's a talky video.
It's not like a top 10 video. Like when I did my top 10 videos, YouTube videos of
Top 10 people Digi thinks are shit.
Right. If I had done that and I included my own work, then it would have had my Psychopaths theories in it. It would have definitely had the Hideaki Anno videos in it. It probably would have had my Evangelion analysis in it. You know, maybe even my Nanoha one.
I
So
almost
like
wish
it would
that
have
you
run
had
out
done that
everybody
just
else.
so people could watch that and be like, wow, fuck this guy. What an
Right.
asshole.
Yeah, it would have been funny. But
Maybe you should release a corrected version with
Yeah.
just your videos.
I mean, I make my videos because I want someone to make something that I want to watch. You
Yeah,
know, it's like the whole point of me doing them is no one else has done this idea yet, and this idea is what I want to exist, so I have to do it. You know,
Yeah.
I've
I
had
like-
plenty
I
of
like doing
videos
that.
I've had plenty of videos that I didn't do specifically because someone else did it, you know?
Right.
Like, I would never want to do a video on Aldenoa Zero because between Demo and Anime Addicts, they both did great ones. Although Anime Addicts' channel has completely been taken down by YouTube. So because he was a guy who, like, he did a bunch of great videos and then, like, quit because real life got in the way and he went
Yeah,
off to go
yeah.
become an engineer. And then I think in the time since he stopped doing videos, he got 3 strikes and his channel got
Just
taken
didn't
down.
pay attention or something.
Yeah, while he was gone. So, yeah, like, we've lost the best breakdowns of Aldenoa Zero and what's it called? That Watanabe show that wasn't good. Zanko no Terror.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He had great videos on those and they're gone now. But, like,
Too bad.
I wouldn't want to cover something that someone else already did a great job on. I cover it because I don't think anyone else has said what I want to say. And so it only makes sense that those would be some of my favorite videos because it's something I wanted to see.
That's true.
Yeah, I generally don't look at the reviews of the games that I want to talk about because I just want to talk about them. It's never really I want to, you know, make a big splash with this one or I want to blow people's minds. I just want to talk about
But
the games
Gib,
I like.
you gotta shoot for the moon, because even if you miss,
I'm-
you'll land among the stars.
Oh, I never,
I've never
thought
understood
about
that
it.
part.
that
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
But, you know, it's just...
Something about the way... Well, never mind. I was going to make a Bloodborne reference, but you're not far enough in the
Nothing
game yet.
is.
Oh,
nothing,
yeah.
nothing
I've
is
seen the whole
more
thing.
relieving to me than when one of you guys says you're going to make a video on something that I also want to make a video on, because I feel like I can trust you all to make a good video on it, and then I don't have to. Like,
Oh, I've had a lot of...
Like
I've
if
told
Nate
Nate...
says that he's gonna do a fucking Undertale video. I'm like,
Right.
thank God, take all my Undertale notes, throw them in the fucking trash, throw a match in it,
Yeah.
because I don't care. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
no, I
It's
told
coming.
Nate before that, like, I mean, that's also why I didn't do an Undertale video, because when I played it, I
Oh
was like...
man, all this pressure.
Well, when I
it's
when I
going
played
in the
through
trash.
when I played through the game, I was like, I feel like I could knock something out on this really quick, and it would get a lot of attention. But I didn't want to undercut Nate because I felt like he would say all the things I said, but do a better video.
I promise
so-
it is coming. It's not. It's.
Right.
I'm working on it all
And
the time.
I also like immediately like like I'm never gonna do a Gurren Lagann video because you did the perfect. Like I mean, I already have one where I compared it to Kill la Kill.
I don't think anyone else
but
could do one without at least acknowledging the king in the room.
Right.
Who could follow that up? Nobody.
like I did my one where I compared it to Kill la Kill, which is a great video on its own. But like I would never try to do a full on analysis because you covered everything. And when you said you were gonna do Ghost in the Shell standalone complex, I was like, cool. Yeah. You know, I don't have to go in depth on that show because he's gonna do it, and I could go do something that you will never do. You know?
Yeah, please.
I guess when it comes to like things that you want to see exist, because like I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying.
Well, I was just going to say that, you know, I've said this several times before, but when I was making the Gurren Lagann video, I did watch, like, every video I could find about it and found them woefully inadequate. So I felt, you know, the need to do it.
I mean, I've done it both ways where, like, because, you know, I like watching analysis videos all the time. Yeah. So, like, inevitably, if a good one exists, then I'm gonna see it. But usually I have to do a video because I haven't seen a good one. And if I haven't seen one at all, it's very unlikely I'm gonna find one. Yeah, you know, because like I follow all the people who I think are doing really great work. So even if let's say I was gonna do some show and like a bunch of people have reviewed it, but if it's not anyone I follow, then there's a good chance there's not any good reviews of it, you know, or any that I would want to see. So like, yeah, it's not like I'm gonna. It's not like I'm going to cancel my video just because a lot of people covered it. It has to be someone good.
I have notes for my Japanese anime's Gurren Lagann, and all the notes say, it just says, Gundam Lagann, and then...
Nice.
And then under that it says, fuck it. And that's the whole...
You should release it as
So apparently between the first joke and then Nate made his video.
Now let me tell you, you were on to gold with that first line. You should follow that. See where it logically leads.
Did you already do Attack on Gundam?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
haven't you not watched Gurren Lagann in like 10 years?
Yeah, it's been like 10 years.
Every show about big dudes.
Yeah, it was gonna be like a running joke that everything is Gundam for my Japanese anime,
which is great. I like that joke.
But I hardly ever make them anymore, so it's taking a while.
Especially because I can't tell if
the whole video should just be Gundam Lagann. Fuck it.
Yeah.
The end.
My favorite thing about that joke is that I'm not sure if you've ever seen any Gundam before.
I've never seen Gundam. Any of it.
Perfect. Even better.
Only seen G. No, I saw a little bit of Gundam.
And I never will, because if I do, it'll ruin the joke.
Yeah, you don't want to know.
Yeah, no, you don't need to. Like, I don't see you ever trying to wrap your head around Gundam.
Does Gundam stand for something? Is there meaning in that word?
I think the Gundam is made of Gundanium alloy.
Damn gun
of course,
on
it's
it.
named after Gundanium. Okay.
Yeah.
Of course.
I believe that's the case.
It's when they shoot the gun, they go, damn. Damn.
Gun.
It's a gun. It's a gun on a dam. They shoot the dam bursts.
None of us are gonna get that. 'Cause I don't watch
Gundams.
weeb shit. What we're saying is, I think like the whole point of this was like content is there's all these obstacles. You gotta pick your shit.
Yeah,
You
the
wanna
point
not
is we're
procrastinate.
doing our best. Just you wait.
Yeah.
The videos are coming, guys.
Well, I think this is something everybody can relate to who's done creative work.
Yeah.
We all procrastinate.
Or even not creative, just like you got to do your homework, and it's like, fuck it, I don't want to do that shit. That's happened to me like just last week. I'm taking this class.
I never did my homework.
Me neither,
Actually,
dude. But
that
you
was
have
the worst,
to at some point.
the worst period of my life. Like procrastination was really the cause of my. Well, I don't know if it was the cause, but it was like what was perpetuating my depression back when I was in high school.
You know what's interesting about that, though? Because procrastination really does just, like, okay, what is procrastination at the end of the day? Like, you have goals that you want to accomplish. If you just don't do them, that's procrastination, really. So, like, yeah, if you aren't doing in your life what you want, then, you're going to be depressed.
Well, what drove me nuts back in high school was that, because I would fall into this loop, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to be like, oh my God, you're making me cry because this is my life.
Yeah.
But back in high school, you know, I'd get a lot of homework, and then I'd come home, and I would have that feeling like the homework is the only thing I should be doing.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't want to do it. But as a result, I wouldn't do anything else because I felt like I should be doing my homework.
Oh, shit.
But I wouldn't do the homework. So every night, I'd come home, and I'd just sit on Instant Messenger talking to my friend Dansan, who was a hikikomori at the time, like full-blown. Like, as in not in school, not in anything, just in his room. pissing in bottles.
Has he
and
seen
shit.
NHK by any chance?
Oh yeah, we bonded over NHK when we
Good,
first
good.
met. Like that's sort of how we became friends, was by talking about that show. Because he was a full-blown hikikomori and I was a borderline one. I was still in school, but he had to drop out because he had a medical ailment where he got headaches that were like insanely intense every morning.
Yeah, that sucks.
So we would sit there on Messenger and I would just tell him, like, you know, I wouldn't watch any anime because... Like, because to me, I've always regarded watching anime as, like, a goal. Like, that is accomplishing something to me because it's always been,
It's better than doing nothing. It's better than just jacking off or something.
Well, I've always been writing an anime blog, and, you know, even back before it was my job, I was very passionate about doing it. So to me, watching an anime was always a part of doing my job and or getting things done. But I wouldn't do it because I'm like, well, I can't really watch anything because I should be doing my homework. And then I'd just sit there all day and do nothing and just be super depressed and fucking want to kill myself by the end of the day.
That's a very familiar feeling, and I think every person here can probably relate to it.
I resent the idea that watching anime is better than jacking off.
A lot of the times it's the
true.
same
You do have
activity.
something physical to show for it at the end of jacking off. I'll give you that much.
Yeah.
Talking about jizz, people. Talking about jizz.
Don't even get me started on jacking off as a method of procrastination.
Yeah, it's...
I think I jack off more to procrastinate than to actually satiate my human needs.
Well, I'd say jack off once a day is probably like the maximum you need to do to get yourself.
All right.
I'm just saying need. I'm saying need.
Okay,
you
yeah,
can do it
probably.
more. It's just
There is no maximum. Let's stop that train of thought
well,
right now.
no,
I'm saying
I actually
to satiate
think,
your needs.
I actually
goddammit.
think there is, like, I mean, there's obviously a physical capability maximum where you jerk off so many times you can't anymore. But I've actually had that moment in the song Longview by Green Day where he says, like, when masturbation's lost its fun, you're fucking lonely. Yeah. And I've had that moment where I jacked off so many times that it just wasn't actually fun anymore. And I was like, I'm done. Like, this is the most bored I've ever been in my life.
I mean, you got
You
issues
hit
of
the
chafing to
max
deal with
level.
as well, and, you know, there's all kinds of shit. If you're gonna
Well,
go
it's just
hard,
like
you gotta
when you
prepare.
go like 2 days in a row and all you really did was jack off all day, that's when it gets to that point where you're like, what is my life? What am I doing?
See, I haven't actually done that yet. I don't jack off all that much.
Hey, no more procrastinating. You got
I
yourself a goal for
procrastinate
the
on
weekend.
my jacking off.
I have made
By
jacking off a
working.
goal
Have
before.
you
I've
guys
had
seen that
several
picture?
times where I've tried to hit the 12 in one day.
Oh,
I procrastinate jacking off by joining a church.
You know what?
Well,
I think jacking off might be the only activity that I do just for fun, not trying to make something out of it.
Sure, yeah, okay.
It's pretty often the one I jump to, and well, because there's a line in
everything else, like, I can't do anything unless in my brain I'm telling myself that it's for a video. If I want to sit down and play a video game, I have to tell myself, well, I'm going to do a let's play, or I'm collecting
just
notes for a
pledged best
review.
guy ever $5. Thank you.
That's how it is for me too, Jess. And it was a true revelation when I managed to play the Souls games and not feel that way. And it was only because Devu was doing so much work for me that I felt like I had time. And I was able to just sit down and enjoy all 3 of them. And then, of course, I had a bunch of ideas for videos anyway. So I was like, now I got to make the most out of that 3 weeks that I spent playing video games.
You know, that's
because
a healthy process, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot better than if I hadn't played them at all and was just sitting around for 3 weeks. But even
Plus,
jerking
you're no
off has
longer
become
some asshole who says it's his favorite game and it hasn't even beaten it.
right.
You know,
even jacking off has sometimes become a thing that I did to try to accomplish a goal. Because in the Venture Brothers, there's an episode where there's this group called the Sphinx, and Brock Sampson was a part of it, and they're all like, the guy's like, the leader of the group's like, we don't keep any secrets here, men sound up, and they're all like saying things that they did that are like secretive, and Brock Sampson goes, I once jacked off 12 times in one day just to see if I could, and I was like, 12 times,
pretty
huh?
hard.
That sounds pretty rough. Never have actually made it. It's a lot harder than it
above
sounds.
most humans' capability, really.
I think I
How
made
do you
it to
judge
10
a
once.
time? Do you have to take like a 5-minute break in between?
You
I
can
just
take
counted
whatever
as,
breaks you want.
I counted as if you came. That's
Yeah,
what I would
yeah.
count.
This
So,
is why everyone should
completion.
play Starless. Yeah, this is very
Yes,
very related.
go play
There's a
Starless.
lot of
I don't think
jizzing.
I could jack off to that game.
You never know until you try, my friend.
Well,
You gotta,
yeah, okay. Well, I guess if I was actually trying, I
I
could
mean, some of the
probably
scenes
do
are very pleasant. You know, that was kind of my prize for
Now
for
I've
putting
just
up with all
now
the
I've just
poop
got in
and
my
shit.
head the idea of playing games while jacking off, like as a skill thing, like a speedrunner would jack off while
Well,
playing.
that's why
with,
they made
like, a
Bayonetta
game
playable
one
with
hand.
only one hand, because you can just play
better
that game.
yet, Dead or Alive 2. I've been there.
Oh, yeah?
You can play Dead or Alive 2 entirely. Well, the problem is you can only do that with the right hand. Like, you can
Yeah,
only
it's
play it
true.
one-handed with the right hand. So it's
Luckily for
But
me,
what
I'm
if-
left-handed.
it's more of a you did it to say you did it thing than it is an actual like I'm gonna do this
Yeah,
as a regular activity thing. Like,
What I was
once
what,
was
what I
enough.
meant though was like you know those speedrunners and those live streams.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, I bet
Doing what,
Lobos.
like-
I bet anything Lobos could beat Dark Souls while jacking off. I would bet anything on that.
But can he do it
Like,
with only
jacking off
one
the whole
half
game.
an A
Charity
press?
at the
That's
same
around, how
time.
many, quad
Have you ever heard of
parallels?
Lobos? Either of you?
Yeah, I've heard of him. He's like a
no.
famous speedrunner guy. Doesn't he have like
He's a
records
guy
and
who
shit?
does like challenge runs of Dark Souls,
Yeah, I've
and
seen
he's
him.
done like every retarded, insane, like level 1, no items, no weapons, fighting the final boss on
Yeah.
New
I
Game
think I
plus
might
7.
have
you know,
seen his YouTube channel if he has one.
Yeah, he's
Because I saw him do like a run where he was level 1 and he had that the the chest helmet thing that drains your health slowly.
Yeah,
And he
yeah.
played the entire game like that with no weapons.
yeah, he will do
Rad.
any
Silly.
retarded challenge you can come up with. Because I'm pretty sure. I mean, when I thought about it, it makes sense because I'm sure he's a sponsored Twitch player, so he's getting paid to just be on Twitch. So it really doesn't matter how much time he wastes fucking around in a game. Like,
Yeah.
because some of those runs, like you'll see the video on YouTube where he beat it, and that'll be a 45-minute video, and then you're just think of all the times he died with one hit left.
so many.
And how many days this must have taken. But if he gets paid just to play the game, then it doesn't matter.
That's
he can
really
play it all
interesting,
day,
though,
and
'cause, like,
it's
what's-
his job.
That's
you
true.
know?
What's up with if you were a professional streamer? Like I get the feeling that like streaming won't last forever. And what? I mean, how much money are these people making? Are they making enough to like save for the future? Do they?
I
have-
really don't know.
Are they hoping to like transition to something else, or maybe streaming will just last forever? And I'm just being a Debbie Downer.
Let me ask you guys: have any of you ever watched the YouTube channel Crazy Russian Hacker?
Once or twice, yeah.
No.
So Crazy Russian Hacker is a guy who does these really terrible life hack videos.
Yeah.
And he's like this
Some are
Russian
alright.
dude. His quote, his motto is safety is my number one priority.
Right,
And
right.
he's like partly it's the accent and partly he's like borderline retarded.
Oh,
but
that's
like,
not true. He's
he-
just
dude,
a
he's
goofball.
He's definitely an idiot. There's
not the smartest
videos
guy
that
around, but-
reveal that he's probably an
Okay,
idiot.
well I haven't done
right?
the research, so maybe you're
He
right.
also made a whole video about how the proper way to eat a quote muffin, and it was a fucking cupcake.
Wait, who are we talking
Well, he's
about?
Russian. Maybe it's a language barrier.
Crazy
I don't
Russian
know.
hacker.
Okay. Anyway.
Anyway,
let's-
this guy makes these terrible life hack videos, and they're all stolen. It's all ideas from around the internet. He puts out a video every fucking day.
Is
He just
that-
finds
is
a
that
life
someone's
hack.
intellectual property though to like have a method
not
of
really,
how to do it.
but
I'd
it's-
like if
I
he gave
mean-
credit though. I guess.
All right, here's the thing. Look,
Yeah.
and I don't think he gives credit. He just makes
Well,
he
that's
just
kinda
makes life
shitty.
hack videos. It's just obvious that he got them from other places.
Uh-huh.
I mean, and who the fuck can come up with a life hack every day? Most of them are stupid and repetitive and dumb, right? Well, my friends have been watching him like ironically for years. They like they'll just send each other his videos as a joke and stuff like that.
Sure.
Because it's so stupid. Well, the thing is, he's huge now. Dude has 5 million subscribers almost, right?
Yeah.
Puts out a video every single day, and all of them have 500,000 views. Now, that recently, apparently, because, my brother Victor's been watching him for years, and he was like, originally he was doing these in his mom's kitchen at her
Yeah.
house,
Yeah.
right? Now, he'll have this intro where you see him going into a house, and Victor was like, it's this really nice house in the mountains. And what I gradually realized is that that's his house. He has bought a really nice house in the mountains on the back of this YouTube money.
Sure, I
and I
believe
was
it.
like, show me his channel. How much is he? Let me try to figure out how much he's making. Now I know that 1,000 views is about $1.
Yeah.
500,000 views is about $500, and he puts out a video almost every day. Meaning he makes almost $500 a day on ad revenue, and he's bought himself a house in the mountains with that money, from which he does life hack videos that probably cost $10 to make in his kitchen. And I thought,
Yep.
what are we all doing with our lives?
Really, that's the
being stupid.
yeah. I mean, we
What are
can't
we
all
all
be that
doing?
guy. We can't like emulate him and hope to achieve that kind of success. Those sorts of things just happen. But I mean, I have no problem with him profiting off such a thing. I just wonder, how far is it going to go?
It just makes me wonder what are we thinking when we're putting so much into these videos, and like,
right, yeah,
and like
totally.
all we really need to do is every single day look up something on the internet that sounds like it would make a good video, spend $10 at Walmart buying water balloons, and then like explaining how a water balloon can be used as a tampon or something. Like that's all you have to do.
I'll tell you what it is. It's entirely ego. I make the kind of
Right.
videos that I make because I see myself as a smart guy, and I'm like, of course I'm not going to make shitty videos. I'm going to make the fucking
Right.
best thing in the world, and I am directly financially
Well,
hurt
the
by making
sad
that
thing
decision.
is that like I've had a lot of times where I've sat there and gone like, it would be so easy to open up an alternate channel and just not
Yeah.
associate it with my identity, or even if I don't even care, associate it with my identity, use it, use it to promote me,
Yeah.
and I could easily be cranking out videos all the time that were just like cheap.
Oh,
but
yeah,
it's like
no.
knowing that it would take away from the time I spend on my main content, or that it could eventually, because
Right.
like, because we've all seen what happened with Game Grumps, where it was like
Yeah,
they didn't
yeah.
think it would take away from it, but then once it was the main revenue stream, then it was like, well, we
Right,
might as well
right.
spend more time on Game Grumps because it makes a lot more money. Why the fuck wouldn't we? And so like there's always that fear. But then at the same time, I would totally love to have Game Grumps' position. I'd love to have some easy fucking job that prints money, and I could
Yeah.
I could take my sweet time on the passion projects.
I shit on Game Grumps a lot, especially to you guys,
Right.
because I think it's lazy and not particularly valuable, and we've all got our different feelings about it. But yeah, there's no doubt that
I mean,
it's the
you've kind of taken you're basically doing that because you have a real job, so you're basically
I
doing
like to think that
another job.
My life choices were made based on this core
Right.
belief that I have then extrapolated into how I live my life. So
Right.
it's not like I decided that, then decided the Game Grumps were shit or whatever.
Yeah, but I just mean that like if I could turn YouTube into a job, then because it is my job, but it's I don't handle it like a job. I handle it like art, and there's times where those conflict with each other, where like
Right,
I can't make a video that would take a month to make because I just won't make enough money. It can't happen.
I mean, how
can't
you
do,
told me right after I released my Gurren Lagann video, like you wish you could make a video that would one up it, but it would take
Right.
4 or 5 months to do, so it's not
essentially
even worth it.
Been my problem my whole career is the videos,
Right.
the kind
Yeah.
of stuff that I'm interested in making. I know is not the kind of stuff that is successful. Because
Yeah.
of,
Yeah, and you have to ask yourself, like, is that wise? Like, are we just being stupid by making
even
these
if
kind of
it-
decisions?
even if it
like
was
right now,
successful,
the most
it would
important
just
thing that I'm
not
working
be
on right
immediate.
now is I've decided to make a whole concept album about my friend Pete
Oh, yeah.
for no reason, and that's more.
That's not going
more,
to make a lot of money.
No,
Yeah.
it's gonna. No one's gonna get it. People are gonna think it's retarded. But it's
Yeah.
like it's way more important to me artistically than anything else that I could be doing
and
right
that's
now.
that's
Yeah.
exactly why I don't make a lot of music, because like if I wanted to really like sit there and just polish an album, and I mean I make music really fast when I do it, so even if I just set aside a week, I could probably make a pretty decent rap album, but I had to set aside a week, and I
Yeah.
can't necessarily do that. And that's why I was saying earlier about like YMS that I kind of envy getting into a cycle where people are paying you enough that you can make one video a month and make it perfect, and
That's
Well,
that's
well,
the
I'm
dream.
very envious of these guys. Like I kind of look down on them in sort of a snobbish way, but I'm also
Who, of
envious
YMS or the
of guys who you watch their channels and it seems like they're only interested in making one specific genre of video or one kind of content because that's good for them because that's what works. People like consistency.
yeah.
But I can't help but look at it sort of snobbishly, like how can you call yourself an artist when you're just making the same shit over and over again?
That
Yeah.
I think is overly simplifying. What you like always you like Always Sunny in Philadelphia, right? Like that's the same formula.
Well,
Is
yeah,
it? Is
what
it?
I'm-
Is it's not like the highest art, obviously, but I don't think it's fair to just say that out of hand it's a lower form.
Well, I'm saying I'm envious of it because I kind of wish that I had that because I can't do things that way. I'm
Yeah.
incapable of
I've-
focusing on
I've-
one thing.
I've told a friend of the show, Mother's Basement, who we had on a few weeks ago,
Yep.
like that because I'm envious of him because he likes everything to be a series. Like,
Yeah.
he does what's in an OP. Now he's doing, like, he's doing a bunch
What's
of
in a
different
scene
types of
and shit.
analysis, but they're all a series. What's in a scene, what's in a level, what's in an OP, you know, like, and he wants it all to be these ongoing things. And I'm like, man, if I could do that, it would be so much, it would make my life so much easier to know at the end of every week that that I can, you know, that the same video will come out. And it's like,
Yeah.
there's never been a concept that I wanted to do for that long. And I tried at the end of last year, I've told you guys about this, I don't know if I've mentioned it on the podcast, but at the end of last year, I tried to come up with a plan, like a syllabus, to have one video come out every week all year
Yes.
for 2016. And I had 8 different series, which would come out bi-monthly rather. And so it would be like, you know, you'd get 4 series one month, 4 series the next month, and then you get each series again.
Yeah.
So each one would only have like 4 videos for that series coming out, or no, 6 videos per series each year. But it would be 8 different series. But like, even within that structure of those, I kept boiling it down to like, well, I don't really want to do this one, or like, I don't have enough ideas for this one to last.
Yeah.
So in the end, I was only left with like 3 that I still kind of want to do. And even then, just the prospect of making something and then knowing that in 2 months I'm beholden to make the same thing is like too much for me. Because like, what if 2 months from now I want to do something else, but I have to make this fucking series, you know?
Yeah,
Well,
putting yourself in that
do you
place.
have
Although-
to have like a series with a release schedule?
I
like,
guess
the way-
not, but like the concept at the time was that I was gonna try to write all 52 videos before the year started, like
Oh,
just write
man.
them all at once, and I wrote like 4 of them and then just kind of gave up. But yeah,
I'm kind of actually trying to do that as well. I want to write a bunch so that I can have one come out every month.
For guys like us, Gib,
Yeah.
who have a harder time writing, that's probably a wise way to go.
Yeah.
Writing is hard, and I hate it.
I writing's easy for me.
Writing is-
Editing's hard, and
Yeah.
and for me the hardest thing is caring for a long time. Like that, the
Yeah,
reason my
that's
videos
hard.
get done so fast is because as soon as I'm done writing it, I don't care about it anymore. So like it stops being interesting. Like those videos that I did write for last year, you know, I have them all and they're still good scripts, but the idea of trying to make videos out of them now that I'm like not that hype about it anymore is like really difficult. Where I've got like
Yeah,
a few
yeah.
that like one of them was the top 10 directing tricks in Evangelion, which is a great script and people really want me to do another Eva vid, but like I put it in the editing bay and I was just like, do I why did I write this months ago and not I should have just edited it immediately as soon as it was done, you know. As
Yeah,
soon as I wrote
yeah.
it, back when I was still impressed with myself that I had written it, you know. I have had times though where I caught a second wind where I read an old script and like forgot how good it was and wanted to
That's-
make it a video again.
that is nice, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's good to capitalize on your creative spark when it hits
Yeah.
as best you can.
I never have like ideas for scripts. I always just go into a thing thinking, like, I want to talk about this because I know I like it, but why? And
Yeah.
That's-
so
interesting.
it's sometimes really difficult to understand why, because I'm not very good at analyzing
I just like
myself and games and stuff. But I don't know.
I don't
it's
really
fun to
ever
talk
sit
about, so
down
I
and
still do
go,
it.
Yeah.
well, I need to write a video for this. What happens is that like I'll just get something in my head and then I'll go, I gotta go and write this down before I forget it. And then I'll write
Yeah.
it, and then as I write it, more just pours out. And it
Yeah.
comes like really
For-
easily. And before I know it, oh great, I have another entire fucking video I have to make.
Yeah.
Why don't I just
For me,
die?
it's always having the sort of the first sentence. Like there's 2 ways that the videos come
Anime
about.
is a
Yeah. Well.
whatever.
Yeah, like that for that one, for instance, it was that I was bothered that the discussion on what is anime and what isn't was always being had.
Right.
And then I thought, like, here's how I would approach the argument. And then once I've thought about that, I always construct the first sentence and then I go from there. So, like, yeah, with the anime as a Japanese colloquialism, like, that line was stewing
That's
in my
just a
head
meme
for
now. That's
days.
a hilarious line to me now.
Yeah, and it's oftentimes that what'll happen is I'll get the phrase and then I'll go take a shower,
Yeah.
and then while I'm in the shower, I'll spend the entire shower just constructing the first
Yeah.
sentence or the first
Oh
paragraph.
man, I do that too, but I'm always scared that I'm gonna forget things before I get out of the shower.
It's anywhere where there's like no internet or no distractions. Where
Yeah.
you know where my my sanctum of inspiration is
Toilet. It's the toilet, right?
No, it's
Damn it.
Walmart. Because like
that's a good one.
Walmart is like where I go. Like it's usually like 4 in the morning when I go there. No one's there
Because you have one in walking distance.
And whenever I'm there,
Cool.
I'm just kind of in autopilot, walking around.
Right.
And when I'm in Walmart, like I'll wander around Walmart aimlessly for like 30 minutes or to 30 minutes to an hour, not buy anything, but then I'll have like 10 entire videos in my fucking head, and I gotta go home and write
Yeah.
all of them.
I have a road next to my house that's like a mile long, and I'll walk down it almost every night and have a cigarette, and that's where I usually try to come up with concepts. But what happens is if I don't have an idea for a video, then all I think about is like stuff about my life or like drama or something I've been into or something like
Yeah.
like a lot of the times it's just me thinking about how pissed off I am at somebody on the internet and like running through all the social reasons that I would be mad and like what it says about society as a whole and just getting so like angry. And that's the kind of stuff that becomes
Hey, everyone's making beef videos these days. Let's capitalize on that now.
well, all of that stuff becomes Digi Bros discussions.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like
well, that's
anything I
appropriate.
think about that can't be made into like a good video just becomes a Digi Bros discussion. But like when I'm in the middle of writing, then I'll often go for a walk like to figure out what the next paragraph is going to be. Like the one that I did that the most with was the Psychopaths videos, because there's parts in there where I just drop like all these heavy concepts in a row, and it was just like I'd write a paragraph and then go outside and walk around, have a cigarette, come back in, just like keep walking around my house and doing laps and shit, like trying to think of the next sentence. That was the most like I ever felt like a writer, you know, like
yeah.
because it comes so naturally to me that a lot of the times it's just I sit down and I pump something out and I'm like, well, okay, but then like that was the one script where it was like I really had to struggle to think of how I'm going to put this idea to words, and it was the biggest cum in the universe to actually do it.
Whoa, you said you sit down and you pump something out and it was the biggest
Yeah.
cum in the universe.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, it's the Psychopaths and the K-On! Videos. Those were the ones that I had like the most like revelations when writing it, where it was like, how do I put this? And then I'd come up with the perfect phrase and be like, oh my god, I finally did it. I can finally explain what's so good about K-On! You know, like with K-On! It was the phrase I
Finally.
kept saying throughout the whole video. I kept saying, the more you watch of it, the more you like it. And I
Yeah,
said it
right,
so
right.
many times because it was such a revelation to me at the time that I was writing that was like totally how I felt about it.
I get so self-conscious of like my big lines whenever I'm going over a
Yeah.
script, especially after I've recorded it, and it's like, oh god, I hope people don't hate me for liking
for
my own
overselling
shit.
it.
Yeah.
There's a few lines in the Asterisk War series where I either like if I think it's a corny line, then I oversell it on purpose to show that I acknowledge that it's a
right.
corny line, and then if I think it's really cool, then I just play it straight and
Yeah. Like
Like,
the lines
fuck
that you
it.
did in part 9 were definitely good, but just like as a guy who makes kind of dramatic videos sometimes like
Right.
that, I pictured myself doing that, and I was like projecting myself. I was like, oh, I hope people don't think this is cringe, but it wasn't at all. It was deserved. And good.
oh, apparently it was haunting and
Haunting,
and
oh.
deep, and I got
yeah,
so
no, it was good.
I got like a
Definitely.
few
Fucking-
hundred
those
comments about
marks.
how
That's,
I got like a few hundred comments about how that was my best video ever, and it made them so emotional and it was so depressing, which is great because that's
Yeah.
exactly the intention. I told Devu, I was like, part 9 has to depress people, and I actually redid all the audio on it because the original one I did was more in line with the rest of the series, and I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
it has to be like really sobering and dark and make you feel like shit afterwards. And
Yeah, that's-
a lot of comments said that happened, so I'm glad. A lot of them specifically because they were eating McDonald's when they watched it. I got like 10
Oh,
comments
shit.
to the effect of I ate McDonald's just before watching this, and now I feel really
I
self-conscious.
bet
And I was
there
like,
were quite
perfect.
a few monocles dropped at that moment.
And then I had to point out to those people, like, I ate McDonald's in the video.
Yeah,
You know, I
yeah.
wrote this video, and then I had to go buy and eat McDonald's and, like, and do that for the video, you know. I felt just as
was-
bad as anybody.
Yeah, man. It's funny. It's just that that exact sort of thing is really what I plan on doing with my. And I've already got footage to do like a bunch of shit like that. So it was probably my favorite moment of anything you've done in your entire
The live action
filmography.
segment?
Yeah, just to
Yeah.
make you've seen a million Digi videos. He makes this change. It's this
Yeah.
related thing. The speech, the music. It was just good stuff.
Fun fact about that, it was totally half-assed and
Yeah, you
last
told me.
minute.
That
it
is
was like
great. That's great.
Devu went, I don't have any ideas for this segment. You should do a live action segment. And I said, okay. And then I got Victor, and like, because Victor hates doing live action for me, but I was like, dude, this is the Astro Score. It's my best video series. We have to nail it, you know. And he just took a bunch of random shots of me.
Also, you probably just like you're going to McDonald's and like buying food, so it's what like a 10-minute.
I was amazed by how many people were like legitimately impressed with the filmography of that, because it was not like. It wasn't staged or directed or anything. It was just like Victor just pointed a fucking camera at me while I got dressed, and it just happens to be a fairly nice camera, so the visuals look clean.
I happen to think that my filmography that I did in my what was it, like that little update or the Final Fantasy VII one where I was filming me driving, I think that came out great, and like that was me like nearly killing myself driving in my car. My point is that I did actually set up a bunch of stuff. Like I had my DS at home, like paused on the exact screen, and then I drove out to get footage. And so it worked out. It worked out really well. But it's like just even doing live action footage when you're guys like us who do a lot of editing. Yeah. I'm not saying that makes it look better, but it's. You know, if you do even
it's just
decent,
unexpected,
it's going to be
and it shows up cool. And
it goes a long
I had
way.
told Victor, like, the only shot that I really care about is that we see the golden arches coming up in the distance, which I didn't even end up using because it didn't come out right. Because I thought it was a much taller sign, but the one that we went to had like one of the little signs, you know? Yeah. Because like to me, it was so important because what I'm trying to evoke there is that like the reason.
Right, you see the arches and it recognizes you.
Well, to go in deep a little bit, like the reason that so many places like that they all look the same is because they want it to be the same no matter where you are, where it's sort of atemporal. Actually, one of the only good Idea Channel videos of the last 2 years was the one he did on hotels and how they kind of exist like outside of reality because it's like you're always going to the same hotel, like they're all the same place because they try to be, which would have been an even better video if he had done it about Walmart or something, because like that's explicitly what they try to do. They want it to be so that no matter what town you're in, you go into Walmart and it's always reliable. And you know, I've been to a lot of conventions or to like concerts in other cities, and when you do that, you almost always eat at McDonald's or Wendy's because you recognize it and you know what it is. You know, you don't know what, like there's probably 1,000 great local restaurants near you, but you have no idea what they are. So you're just like, oh, McDonald's, but we didn't even really get that shot.
That was I really like that you like had one shot in mind and then you went out, because that's. I don't want to spoil things for the future here, but I've got the One Piece video I'm working on, and I too had exactly one image and went out and got it, and then just got all this other shit. So when that comes out, listen back to this. This is me telling you how great that's going to be, and it was all from just one image.
And you recorded it like a year ago,
At this point, it's probably been 7 months, and the Ghost in the Shell footage is like got to be almost a year now, so... It's one of these days. I'm probably going to look totally different
Every Best
now.
Guy Ever video is like the product of like an entire film pre-production cycle.
Pretty much.
I mean, Gurren Lagann itself.
To our Patreon.
Gurren Lagann, the video took 4 months to make, and
it
Gurren
took 4
Lagann
months to edit. It took months and months before that to write.
But Gurren Lagann, the TV series, had like I think 4 years of pre-production.
Oh, really?
And it was, and then it was made in like 6 months, like. Because they said, I remember Imaishi saying, like, they spent so long pre-planning it, and they had, like, way more ideas that, you know, just kind of got left on the cutting room floor. Like, they originally had done all this research into what an underground society would be like.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, because
I love what they did with that, but they could have done more if they wanted to.
They said that they had done, like, all this research into moles and how they see and, like, what it would be like if people lived underground, and, like, they were going to flesh it out, make it this whole world, and they were like, let's just get through all that.
Not focusing on that, obviously.
And then, like, he said that actually making the show was, like, really fast because they had everything planned out. So it's just like they zoomed through it, and it took no time.
I like that a lot. It's good stuff.
It's pretty cool.
I actually just remembered that this is a podcast.
Yeah.
And we're recording.
Yeah, we're about at the end of it. I figure we could wrap it up soon. This is about procrastination.
Well, let's finish it later. I don't wanna.
Well, Nate was demanding that we keep these shorter than the last one. Because,
I got shit to do. I got an Undertale video to edit. All right, I don't got time to suck my own dick like the rest of you faggots.
All right, last time was too long, but it was also a topic that I was really passionate about, and I kind of wanted to do that podcast for a long time. So that's why I wanted to let it run long.
Jesse's list just.
And Jesse had a million things
Yeah,
on his
did not
list.
see that
Oh
coming.
man, and since last week, I watched a video by the Nostalgia Chick. She actually did every single thing on my list that I hated in one video. It was honestly inspiring.
Your message needs to be heard. The people, hopefully they'll.
Oh, by the
All
way,
right,
here's
so-
something else that I wanted to touch on. Some wonderful commenter last week went through the trouble of giving us all individual ratings for our performance in that podcast. And, he gave everyone else, did you get like a 9? Everyone got... He gave me a 2 out of 10. Really, motherfucker? I
I
deserve
thought he gave you
2
like a
out of
negative
10?
2 out of 4.
No,
or
that was
something.
No,
Yeah,
that was
that
given.
was-
He
he gave me a negative
a 2
2.
out of 10. Why do I deserve? Yeah, I was so horrible in that podcast, dipshit.
You were the best-
I only
Jesse was the
carried
best
the
part of
entire
that podcast.
conversation
Yeah,
and
Jesse
made
really
everyone
helped.
laugh constantly. You piece of shit. Oh, the horror that I carried the conversation. I made everyone laugh constantly. The horror, the agonizing horror. I'm so bad. I'm like Power Glove bad, right, dipshit? You piece of
As
shit.
you can see,
I thought-
Jesse took
I thought that
quite
was-
personally.
I thought not only that Jesse did the best in that podcast because he actually had a list, but also that it was the best he had been in any of the podcasts
Yeah,
so far.
that's the thing. It was definitely his best performance thus far in this.
I deserve a 12 out of 10.
And yeah, he had lots of hilarious
You
moments.
fucking
I legitimately
jerk-ass.
lost my shit watching the video back at parts. Anyway, all right, each of us, let's sign off by saying what we're going to stop procrastinating and get back to doing. Jesse, what are you going to get back to doing after this podcast? Finish your Addams Family retrospective, make some blue
Don't
glows.
spoil it. It's got to be a secret. No one can know about it.
We can bloop that
Cut
out.
that
or
out.
something.
No one
Yeah.
can know my secrets. Because if they know about it, then I'll never finish it.
That's,
Well, you
yeah,
just got to
yeah.
finish it before the video comes out.
Before this
This
video comes
video.
out, that's fucking
Yeah.
impossible.
Well, if Digi's editing it. Who knows how long it'll take?
Like 5 minutes.
5 minutes. There you
I
go.
think I
okay.
edit a lot faster
No,
than you guys.
cut that
That's
out.
because I put in effort.
Take
All right,
that
well,
out of the
bleep-
podcast. I'm not
we
getting
will-
back to doing anything. I'm going to be procrastinating forever. As soon as this podcast is done, I'm going to get back to playing Honey Pop and
Yeah.
and jerking
That's my
off
dude.
forever.
All right, Hypocrite, what are you going to get back to doing?
I'm gonna get back to writing not episode 2, but the Ratchet & Clank 2 review, which
Oh.
I've been working on.
Fun
What
fact,
about
me
the
and Victor
Kingdom
just
Hearts
recorded
GRPJ?
me and Victor just recorded 5 episodes of Ratchet and Clank 2 Let's Play.
Oh shit.
Cool.
Wait, but seriously, Gib, what's up with that Kingdom Hearts video?
I don't know. I'm gonna release that later when I've released an actual video.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Because my last few have just been whatever.
All right, Nate, what are you going to get back to doing?
I'm gonna edit the shit out of everyone. It's you're not
When
even
is
gonna
this
believe
fucking video going to
editing.
be done, Nate?
It's coming, goddammit! I work hard.
How much
every
can
day.
possibly be
I work
left? I
hard
don't
for my
understand.
money. So hard for my money. So you better treat me right.
How many hours does it take you per minute of editing?
Oh my
I'm
god,
curious.
you don't even want to know. Like
'Cause this video is, like,
yesterday, it took
20
me 5 hours to do 30 seconds.
Oh my god, what the fuck were you doing?
I was editing. I have a vision. I can't.
Man,
What
this
was
guy
your
the other
vision?
day,
Done.
this
It
guy
has to
was
be
giving me
perfect.
shit. I was like, oh man, this is going to be the best Blue Glow ever. He's like, oh, what? It's like a 6 out of 10? This is coming from a guy who makes like one video every 3 years.
Yeah,
He's
a perfect
sitting there
video
doing
that's
nothing.
everything the world ever needs
Oh.
or wants. Yeah.
Bull-
Like, do they
bull.
criticize Da Vinci for taking a while in the Sistine Chapel? I don't think so.
I
That was
make-
Da Vinci, right?
I-
No, Michelangelo.
I crap out a Sistine Chapel every 2 days.
A poo-covered Sistine Chapel.
All right, I actually have to go crap out a Sistine Chapel for real.
Okay.
In the toilet. That wasn't a metaphor for my next video. I just have to take a shit. I have nothing planned tonight. I'm probably gonna. I honestly have no idea. I have
No
no
idea.
idea what I'm gonna do tonight. So that's it for this episode of the.
Everybody
Eh.
say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Hey. Fuck you.
We did it.